Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach. On this channel, we talk about how to fully recover from OCD. Full recovery is absolutely possible. I recovered, my clients recovered, and you can recover too. A common question I get is, do I personally still get intrusive thoughts? So I've had, as many of you know, many OCD themes going from one theme to another. So for example, I had contamination OCD theme, false memory OCD, harm OCD, magical thinking OCD at one point. So with all of those different themes, do I still get thoughts from those themes? No. When I see a red dot, let's say on a chair in a coffee house, I don't think HIV. I don't get a false memory type of what if I did something and forgot thoughts. Those do not happen post recovery. And I just want to make that very clear. So, do I get intrusive thoughts on OCD themes? No, I do not get those thoughts. In terms of real life stuff, fears, worries, what I like to do, and this is the thing that I wanted to really talk about in this video, is I like to set a limit on making decisions. So when I have a decision to make, which is only every day, um, I have a limit of how long I'm going to let myself think about it before I make a decision. If something distressing is happening in my life, I have a very clear understanding that, is there anything I can do in this situation? Let's say some bad thing happened. What can I do now or today, tomorrow? Nothing? Okay, well then what's the point of me thinking about it? And that clear understanding really makes it much easier to live. That with decisions, we have a date. With situations that happening in life, we kind of put them in two categories. Can you do something? Yes. Okay. Well, then, come up with what you're going to do. But then that's it. If you can't do anything, well, then it's just life. Bad things happen. Make a choice to disregard. So, and I got my whole family on board with this, where even like my little kids, they'll say, I'm disregarding, right? When they get mad at each other or whatever. It really helps to live this way. So now my whole family kind of says this on the daily. But it does make it easier, especially in today's world, the last few years, everything that's been happening. I mean, you need to have the tools to be able to navigate every day. And I can tell you that post recovery, the way I'm handling life is way better than before I got OCD. And also I see this with myself as well with all my clients, is that after they get to a zero and they stay steadily at a zero, they start to report that I went from being kind of the one that everybody was helping with mental health to being the helper to other people in my family with mental health. So they know now, they have the trick to disregard, versus before you were the one who everybody else was helping. So that switch is a little bit strange. It feels a little bit strange, but it's just making a choice. I mean, one example I can give you is, as many of you know, I'm Ukrainian, right? And I have family that lives in Kiev. I have a lot of ties to Kiev, even though I don't personally live there because we moved when I was little. And it's distressing, but what am I going to do from here, right? Like, how I'm just going to ruminate about it? Why? What's it going to do? And kind of viewing it from that perspective really takes the edge off. Also, I choose not to watch the news 24/7, unlike some of my other family members choose to watch the news 24/7. Guess who's more spun out and distressed, right? So it's making those choices that are healthy for you. And if you see an unhealthy behavior, like again, you're getting into the news too much, you are kind of stumbling on a decision, recognize that you are heading into a kind of, I wouldn't call it an unhealthy in terms of mental health, like a issue state, but it's not benefiting you. So if it's not benefiting you, why are you watching this stuff, right? If it's not benefiting you, why are you stuck on some sort of situation that was negative that you keep thinking about? Choose not to do it. Again, as my even little kids now say, choose to disregard. I remember one time, me and my daughter were walking, and she remembered some incident from school, and she's like, oh, this person did this or whatever. And I look at her, and she looks at me, and she's like, I know, mom, choose to disregard. And it's like, they know this. And again, because I obviously had OCD, so there is an underlying worry that the kids will at some point also develop OCD. So that's another reason why we kind of always talk about that. Any thought you get, it doesn't mean that it's your thought. It doesn't mean that it's valid. It doesn't mean that you need to run with it if it's a negative thought. That thoughts just come and go. You don't need to grab onto it and make it important. So that's another thing. It's a little bit all over the place video, but people had questions. And by the way, if you have questions about anything about my life, any experiences, anything like this, feel free to ask. I'm always here to answer. So I do videos every day. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information, as always, as you know, on youhaveocd.com, where we also have the forum and we answer questions there as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.